Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where we chase down the truth behind the latest in the hunting world. If you've been hearing all the hype about the 6.5 Creedmoor dominating long-range shots on deer and elk, you might think it's the end-all for precision hunting. But hold up. 5 other calibers are sneaking up fast, shaking up the game with better energy retention, flatter trajectories, and real-world performance that makes ethical shots easier from the stand to the wide-open plains. These aren't just bench rest wonders. They're built for the hunter who wants versatility without the fuss of older magnums. We're counting down from number 5 to the top dog that's got everyone rethinking their safe. Grab your coffee, smash that, like if you're ready for the countdown, and let's get into why these calibers are the quiet revolution in big game tags. This video is for educational and historical purposes only. All ballistic data comes from published gel tests and FBI protocols. Always follow local laws and train with certified instructors. Number 5. 300 PRC. The 300 precision rifle cartridge hit the scene in 2018 from Hornady, designed to bridge the gap between target precision and serious big game hunting after the military eyed something hotter than the 308 for long shots. Based on the beefy .375 Ruger case, it pushes heavy for caliber bullets like the 225 grain ELDM at over 2,800 FPS from a 24-inch barrel, delivering magnum energy without the wild recoil of classics like the 300 Win Mag. Hunters in the Rockies and Midwest swear by it for elk at 600 yards, where the high ballistic coefficient keeps one drift under 20 inches in 10 Mespliège crosswinds and drops energy below 1,500 foot-pounds only past 800 yards. Factory loads from Hornady Precision Hunter expand reliably through hide and bone, and reloaders love the vented case that feeds smooth in short-action rifles like the Bergara B14 or Ruger Precision. Modern chassis guns, such as the Seekins Havok PH2 or Christensen Arms MPR, chambered in .300 PRC balance, like a dream at 7 pounds, with adjustable stocks that fit youth hunters or women without shoulder punishment. Sub-MOA groups come easy with match brass and H1000 powder, and the round's 65,000 psi pressure stays consistent even in cold weather, avoiding the pressure spikes that plague belted magnums. Trail guides in Montana pair it with Leupold Mark 5 HD scopes for quick zero shifts, and it's suppressor-friendly since heavy bullets stay subsonic longer for quieter follow-ups on muleys. Competition shooters in PRS matches run it for steel hits out to 1,200 yards, but for the field, it's the go-to for pronghorn across Kansas flats without over-penetration risks in campsites. Number 4. 7mm PRC. Hornady's 7mm precision rifle cartridge launched in 2022 as the sweet spot in their PRC lineup, blending the low recoil of a 6.5 with the punch of a 30 for everything from whitetails in the Midwest to caribou in the Yukon. Necking down the .375 Ruger parent case lets it sling 175 grain ELDX bullets at 3,000 FPS, with a .711 BC that bucks 20 Mespliège winds under 30 inches at 600 yards and holds supersonic speeds to 1,600 yards for clean drops on antelope across Wyoming basins. Field reports from Colorado elk camps highlight its bonded core expansion through quartering shots, dumping 1,800 foot-pounds at the shoulder without fragmenting, and it's the pick for hogs in Florida swamps where over-travel matters. Rifles like the Nosler M21 or Weatherby Mark V and 7mm PRC weigh under 7 pounds with carbon barrels, making glassing ridges all day a breeze, and the non-belted design feeds like butter in AICS magazines without extraction hangs. Precision Hunter factory loads use slow powders for velocity nodes under 10 FPS extreme spread, ideal for dialing turrets on Vortex Razor HDs during dawn drives. Suppressors from Dead Air pair perfectly, dropping reports to 140 dB with 180 grain heavies, and reloaders grab Lapua brass for 10 reload cycles using IMR 7977. Guides in New Mexico outfit clients with it for mule deer at canyon rims, where the flatter arc than a 7mm rem mag shaves 10 inches off holdovers. The round's efficiency shines on black bear in Pennsylvania hardwoods, with 160 grain CX monometals penetrating 18 inches in gel tests, while expanding to 1.1 inches, and it's compact enough for 20-inch barrels in Tikka T3X lights without velocity loss. Number 3. 350 Legend. Winchester's 350 Legend straight wall cartridge dropped in 2019 to crack open deer seasons in shotgun-only states like Ohio and Michigan, mimicking 30-30 ballistics from AR-15 platforms without the lever-action hassle. Firing 150-grain FMJ at 2,300 FPS from a 16-inch tube, it packs 1,500 foot-pounds at the muzzle with a rainbow arc that peaks at 200 yards, perfect for thick wood shots on whitetails under 150 where expansion trumps flatness. Hunters in Iowa timber report clean passes through ribs on bucks quartering away, and the rimless design cycles flawlessly in mil-spec lowers with dedicated followers. Bolt guns like the Ruger American or Mossberg Patriot in .350 Legend tip scales at 6 pounds, ideal for youth or ladies on family leases, and the low-bore Axis Thames Flip for rapid doubles on hogs rooting soybean fields. PowerShock Factory soft points mushroom to 0.65 inches in ballistic gel, retaining 90% weight for blood trails under 100 yards, and reloaders enjoy affordable handloads with widely available brass. Suppressors thread easy on AR builds, whispering shots to neighbor-friendly levels in suburban hunts, and it's legal in all straight wall zones from Illinois to Indiana without caliber minimums. Midwest stand hunters load 180-grain JSPs for does and CRP grass, achieving 1.5-inch groups at 50 yards with iron sights. The cartridge's AR compatibility shines for crossover use. Hunters swap calibers seasonally with dedicated uppers, and recoil stays under 10 foot-pounds even in half-pound semis. Trail cams confirm hits on coyotes at farm edges with 145-grain Varmageddon polymer tips that fragment without ricochets and brass ejects straight for 20 reload life in progressive presses. Number 2. 6.8 Western. Browning and Winchester teamed up in 2021 for the 6.8 Western, shortening the .2C70 WSM case to seat long, high BC bullets like the 175-grain Sierra-tipped Game King at 2,950 FPS, turning short-action rifles into long-range elk slayers without magnum bulk. It retains 1,900 foot-pounds at 400 yards with 12-inch wind drift in 10 mph gusts, outpacing the .270 wind on muleys across Nevada deserts, and hunters in Idaho report shoulder-busting exits on bulls at 500 with minimal meat loss. The hybrid design feeds from detachable boxes in X-Bolt Pros, and it's the pick for backcountry packs where ounces count. Rifles such as the Winchester Model 70 or CVA Paramount in 6.8 Western balance at 6.5 pounds with 22-inch sporter barrels, cycling smooth under Vortex precision match optics for dope cards that max at 800 yards. Long-range Pro Hunter Factory loads use slow-burning powders for 8 FPS SDs, ideal for windy Kansas pronghorn stands, and reloaders neck .270 brass with Redding dies for custom 165-grain AccuBonds tuned to 3,000 FPS. Muzzle brakes from APA cut felt push by 40%, letting spotters call wind holds on moose in Alaskan alders, and it's SAMI-approved for standard short actions without extractor tweaks. Colorado High Country outfits load 170-grain Nosler ballistic tips for vitals hits through fog, where the 485 BC shaves 8 inches off .270 drops. The round's sectional density excels on blacktail in coastal ranges, penetrating 20 inches in gel with bonded cores that hold for quartering lung shots, and 1.7.5 twists stabilize heavies for sub-MOA at elevation. Varmint hunters in Montana use 140-grain ELDVs for coyotes past 600, with polymer tips igniting on impact, and case capacity of 55 grains allows velocity tweaks for 18-inch barrels in truck guns. Number 1. 277 Fury. 6 hours 277 Fury, born from the 2022 NGSW program, next down a stainless steel base hybrid case to 277 inches for 80,000 psi bursts that hurl 135-grain FMJs at 3,000 FPS from 16-inch AR-10s, rivaling .270 wind energy in half the length for suppressed hog hunts in Texas nights. Civilian Elite Hunter. Tipped loads with 140-grain Sierra Game Kings retain 1,700 foot-pounds at 500 yards with 10-inch drifts in crosswinds, dropping whitetails clean across Midwest cornfields, and the high-pressure seals gaps for zero-gas blowback. Hunters in Oklahoma pair it with EOTech holographics for runners under 300, where expansion mirrors .280 rem without casehead separation. Platforms like the Bear Creek Arsenal BC-10 or SIG cross-bolt actions handle the heat in 7-pound configs, with adjustable gas blocks tuning semi-auto fire for muleys and apple orchards, and the rimless headspaces on shoulders for reliable extraction in muddy hunts. Factory soft points bond at the core for 18-inch gel penetration on black bears in Appalachia, and reloaders craft custom loads with hybrid case brass and CFE 223. Suppressors from Silencer Co. stay cool longer thanks to efficient burn, and it's the urban hunter's dream for apartment range compliance. Guides in Wyoming load 150-grain AccuBonds for antelope at 400, with 500 BCs flattening arcs over sagebrush. The cartridge's modularity shines in crossover AR builds, swapping from 6.5 Grendel for varmints to Fury for elk edges, and recoil mimics A.243 despite the PSI spike, building confidence for youth on public draws.